Welcome to another video from DowerChin.com. Today I have for review the Logitech Ultrathin keyboard cover. Alright, and funny thing is, these are a little hard to get for some reason. At the time of this video, the item is 1 to 3 months back ordered on Amazon and is out of stock on Logitech's website, but I was able to find a couple of these at my local Best Buy. So, what's the big deal about this keyboard cover? Well, the big thing is that it actually clasps onto your iPad or iPad 2, iPad 2 or iPad 3rd generation, new iPad, with a magnetic clip similar to a smart cover. And it's very, very thin, so this was very interesting for me because I wanted to see if I found a keyboard that I could use on the go that I didn't have to have as a separate item. So let's take a look at this, guy. Let's open it up. There's a little arrow here to help you pull it out. And put it off the side. Alright, so there we are. So here is the device. So it is pretty thin. Once I get the plastic off. Alright, so here we are. So it has a little notch section here, so your iPad 2 or your new iPad can stick into it. Here's a little magnetic clasp area similar to what you would find on a smart cover. So, alright, well, let's see what else they give you. They give you a charging cable. I believe it's a looks like a mini USB cable. It needs to be charged with. And so I'll charge this guy up, and I'll be back in a little bit with a couple of iPads to try it out on. All right. Okay, now that we've unboxed the ultra thin keyboard cover, we also saw what else was in the box. Alright, so it looks like it came with a little micro USB cable, as well as a microfiber cloth. And the microfiber cloth is useful because this keyboard is basically got a very shiny, glossy finish on it, which is really, really prone to fingerprints. And so this is going to help keep that clean. Alright, so once again, a little overview of what we got going on over here. There's this white area here is a groove. If you can see, it's a groove basically for your iPad 2 or your new iPad to sit. This is the magnetic clasp for where the smart cover would normally go, and we have a sync button for Bluetooth, on-off switch, and the micro USB charging port. Aside from that, the unit is, it's plastic, but it's got little rubbery feet on the corners here to keep the keys from contacting the surface of the iPad. There's a light here for showing charge indication as well as sync indication. And you can see, if you can kind of see from this angle, the keys are pretty flat to this little bevel that it's in. So there should be a little chance of keys touching the screen or hopefully getting any funny key shaped items on the screen. Alright, so let's see what this thing does. So Mr. Isaac, can you hand me my iPad there? Oh, thank you, sir. Okay, so here is a iPad 2. It has no case, no shell whatsoever on it. And so let's take a look. So this thing basically latches on, has a relatively strong grip, and closes on top. So it looks very laptop-ish now. It's got basically a nice metal finish over here, and flipping it open, it actually turns on the iPad, turns off the iPad when you open and close it. So to use it, basically, you take it off, you position it, and it fits into the groove. And there you have it. So it's very laptop-ish like. So there are magnets on the in the groove area, so this thing actually sticks to it, and actually sticks very, very well. I'm actually tilting it around, and as you can see, it's pretty firmly attached. So then once you're done, just unhinge it, slap it in like so, and close it. Now the only one concern I do have is that because there's no surface on here, it's just basically the bare aluminum material here, and so I often wonder as time goes on where this is going to get scuffed up or how it's going to survive. any surfaces that are rough. But you could probably put some feet on here, but it didn't come with any. So the one oddity about this that I'm not too sure about is that there's no clasp to keep it closed. It kind of falls open if you just kind of let it go, and I don't know if that's normal or not. The manual over here actually does say that it indicates that it should hold it in position, but it does not. So I might have to call Logitech to find out what the deal is. But so now for me though, I like to have cases on my iPad, so I don't like to have bare metal walking around with me. So let's see how well it works with a case. So Mr. Isaac, hand me my other iPad with actually hand me your iPad too with the Belkin shell there. So is that yours? No, give me that one. There you go. Thank you. So okay, so here is Mr. Isaac's iPad 2. It has a smart cover. Just yank that off for a bit. And this one actually has a Belkin shell. It's a smart shell. I don't know if that's the name of it, but it has the groove in here, so you can actually put a smart cover on. So let's see how well this works. So once again, it's snap-on just fine. Whoops. It actually holds in place if you don't fling it around. But it's got a good grip. Just don't. It's not really meant to be tossed around though, so it will fall off. All right. So once again, with this Belkin, it actually still works quite well. Once again though, because it doesn't latch on. I gotta really find out about that. But here we go. So it works just fine. Now here's the thing. With the case on, will it still fit in the groove well? Let's take a look. So I'm gonna put it into the groove. And it actually does. At least with this Belkin one, it seems like it has no problems being in there. So it seems to hold it quite well. Now this is with the Belkin shell here that it works with. So let's try my other one. Alright, Mr. Isaac, hand me my other one. Here you go. So this is my iPad, my new iPad. I got my smart shell over here. I'll yank that off. Now this one actually has a bit of a bigger case. This has, if you saw my other video, this is the Zero Chroma Vario SC case, and so it is a bit thicker, has a little bit more girth in it. But let's see how well it works. So once again, clicks on just fine, and closes up. Not too bad. So now the question is, how well will it stick over to the magnets on the groove here? So let's see. Unfortunately, it seems like nope, it doesn't really quite work because the Vario SC case is a bit thicker. So I kind of crammed it in there, and it's okay. So you got to play with it a little bit. But on the plus side, if you actually have this case, you can always pop the feet out, this arm out, and then kind of put it in there, and voila, you kind of got it's kind of holding it in place like that. Maybe not be ideal, but it works. It works. The only concern I do have with this setup though is that there's this little kind of rubbery material that's kind of stuck on here, and I have noticed because of these little edges on the Vario case there, it does seem to almost lift these up a little bit. So I don't know how well it's gonna last if I just use it this way without the arm extended. But I think it works well either way. So, and you can always flip it over and work it this way. Obviously, the magnets aren't really going to work in this sense, because the magnets are only going to work on this side, because that's where the smart cover normally clasps. So, so this still kind of works, sort of. So, not the most ideal, but once again, the arm can make up for it. So with this, you have to be on a surface. It really can't be on any caseless setup where you can basically just kind of slap it around and basically be on almost any surface with it. Although I'm wary a little bit wary if I want to try to use this on my lap. But the big thing is, how well does it work? Now let's take a look at it working. So I'm gonna basically I synced it up with this iPad already. So now I'm going to switch on the side here, and so we got we have this key in the corner, which basically acts as the home button. So as you can see, I'm kind of toggling back and forth here. So the big thing is I'll use something like Pages. So I'll go to my productivity apps and I'll pull up Pages. And so I have my documents. I'll put a new document up here, brand new one plus, create new document, and create a blank document. So if you can see it here, tap it along. What's nice is that you have your arrow keys. You have an FN key here for additional functions such as search. You have different keyboard settings you can choose. You hold the FN key down with that. You know, you can also click back on here to get back out over here. You can go back and forth with the different apps. So you can also control the volume by holding FN and these keys. You get the volume to come back up and down. So there are lots of functions in here. Alright, so if I go back to pages, the nice thing is the addition of being able to use the arrow keys. Like for example, I hold the shift key down, hold these arrow down a little bit here. I can actually select text at the same time, and actually it's very comfortable to type with. It's a little bit cramped, but my hands aren't really large, so I guess for those that have larger hands might have a bit more trouble. But the key that I had the most difficulty with was the delete at first, trying to get to hit the delete because it's a bit smaller. But once you get used to it, I can actually type really at normal speed on this device, which is really nice. So for my setup that I really like now, I think I have the ultimate setup now, is basically the Logitech Ultrathin Ultrathin keyboard cover. Sorry about that. There's the Logitech Ultrathin keyboard cover with my Vario SC case, and Mr. Isaac, may I have my stylus there? And the new Boxwave EverTouch stylus. This combination, I think I am set for all sorts of business. So I am just about there to replace my laptop. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But there you have it, the Logitech Ultrathin keyboard cover. It's actually quite a nice little device, with a few little quirks as far as making it work with a case, with a cased iPad, and the question about whether or not the edges will get scuffed up as time goes on. So we'll have to see. But overall, I really like this setup because now my keyboard is with me all the time. I don't have to worry about carrying a separate keyboard with me. It's all there, and I can probably replace my smart cover now. So there you go. Thanks for watching.